Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Is this live?
This is not live. This was pre-recorded.
Got it.
We did this 4 weeks ago,
Okay.
but you guys will see it today. Next thing, which is the first thing. This week, I got some feedback that bulking is not the trick. It is better to go slightly over your surplus, and that will be you setting yourself up to win.
You mean main gaining?
Is that what it's called?
Main gaining, yes.
It's so.
It just
sounds beta.
It just sounds
rainbow.
Hey, give me a tampon and
yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm main gaining right now.
That being said, however you want to diet, cool. For you youngsters, I'd go a little bit like when you get older and you pass that, hey, I'm going to create this amazing physique drive. This discussion right now probably isn't for you. However you want to diet, go ahead and do it. This will be wasted on you. But for you youngsters, guys, take advantage of your youth and of that amazing thing called a body. And as you're growing in your teens, 20s, early 30s, even, really take advantage of that nutrition. Take advantage of it and try to get the most size you possibly can. So here's the breakdown. You add those calories in, not just barely, but you add those calories in. You're going to put some weight on, right? But you're going to put some weight on, which is cool because some things happen. You sleep better, better energy during workouts. You get stronger, faster. And the cool thing about that is, and this is the great thing about getting stronger, faster, is that you're in that range and it just compounds. You go from that guy that squatted 100 pounds to now you're squatting 400 pounds. And then you apply that to a year of training. But still, I got a little heavy. Relax. We'll get there. Now you just squatted every week, twice a week with 400 pounds. Calculate that out. Compared to the guy that goes, I'm just going to move baby steps and hope, because that's what it is. You're hoping. And you're still that weak kid, and now you just compounded 100 pounds, maybe twice a week, but you don't have enough calories really to get that 2 workouts in for a year. So you can see how the one aspect sets you up to move a lot more weight, a lot more strength for a longer period, and that builds muscle. Really? Yeah, it's basic. It's basic common sense. And so from that, now you want to slice and dice where the other guy's still minimized down here. You have such a great play mass to now beautifully put together. And you retain that strength as you slice and dice. So you just jumped light years ahead of everybody. Now, with that being said, I'm going to talk to and bring in this guy that is light years ahead of everybody else and definitely transcend, as you see transcend go, boom. So let's bring on this guy. There he is, that handsome looking fella. Big Johnny.
What's up, guys?
Johnny.
Yes. Oh, it looks really dark in here. Sorry.
It's sexy though.
Dark.
I like it, man. It's like hot. You're sexy looking.
It's
kind of like setting me up.
It's just a little really clear. I don't know why. Okay. Guess that's a little bit better. What's going on?
Well, we were just talking about trying to build that body, trying to put that muscle on, trying to get that strength. And we were just talking about that compared to, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the name of what these influencers, the small guys say.
Which one? There's a lot of them. You're talking about main gaining?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, main gaining, which is not a
Main
thing.
Main gay. Main gay.
Main gay. So it's an interesting thing. It's you want to, and you see this with your son. He's already eaten a good amount of calories, but he burns them off. Yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I bet you if you calculate calories out, it would sound and look great on paper. But he still needs another 1,000 over that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't think people realize that. He's like, when you guys are young, how fast your body burns, how great it burns. So what is your thoughts about right now with these people that are at a beautiful stage to grow, but all they want to do is just go slate precise calorie intake where there's no extra calories to get some size, some real strength, some real size, because they're too worried about going off season.
I understand that you don't want to gain fat as you're gaining muscle, but I mean you're gonna have to go to a calorie surplus, and sometimes being so precise is gonna hurt you or put you back. It might stagnate your growth per se, right? Because you might need more. Your body needs more. I mean, the more surplus it has, the more it has to work with. So I mean, even for me right now, I'm a little bit more fluffier than I would like to be, but I've upped my carbs. I mean, if you see me eating carbs right now, you would be like, no way. Like I'm eating so many carbs right now. It's ridiculous. I think I was like up to like 700 grams of carbs. And I was eating massive amounts of pasta. That's what I've still been doing. The stuff carbones, it's the best. I've been eating that and baked potatoes, man. And just full, huge baked potatoes. And I eat them. It's weird because when I was a little kid, you cut the middle of them. You mess up the inside. You put a little butter. You put a little sour cream in there. And you eat it up. And now I cook them and I literally just eat them now, the whole thing, because the skins have all the good stuff in it, right? I mean, you have carbohydrates from the potatoes inside, but you can gain some different things as far as on the outside with the skin. So definitely eat the skin of those things. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, I want to stay lean the whole year around too, and I want to have abs, and I want to be diced and the whole nine. But if that's what you want to do, then you can stay like that. But if you want to grow and you want to move, you got to eat. You got to do a surplus.
Let's jump back to the youth for a second, because that's where I really want to focus, because I always think that the 35-year-olds are already stuck in their way. And if they have the physique that they like, great.
Right.
That's
right.
great. I worry about the young ones. And this, me and Jeff were just talking about this, and I just realized, so don't want to go off season because that's going to put some fat on me and I'm not going to look good for my posts. Okay. All right. I understand that. So you're going to go very slow and you're going to be one of a million guys that have abs. You don't want to invest in 2 years. I'm going to be famous and look incredible. I need to look moderate right now and stay moderate for the next 2 years. Okay, so that's your decision there. It's interesting because I see all these thin, small guys. Of course, they're lean because they're thin and small. But then you have somebody that I think is brilliant. Sam Sulek comes in within a couple of years, jumps past everybody. And the reason why is because he was invested in Sam in 2-3 years, not Sam right now. He was willing to go off season. He was willing to put the size on. He was willing to be unique and just say, this is who I am. The other thing he had, or people like that have, is they're doing it for them, not the outside. And it seems like everybody that goes, no, I want to go slow, I don't want to put the weight on, as a youngster, is doing it because they want to make sure that everybody finds them hot and attractive at this stage. So just FYI, guys, try to think about the investment in 2 years, 3 years for you youngsters compared to staying average and mediocre.
Pretty much. I mean, listen, I mean, especially younger guys. I mean, listen, if like they've got like a page and they're, that's their niche, like I understand like they don't want to lose their physique, but at that point you're really not going to lose it, you're going to upgrade it. I mean, the little bit of sacrifice that you put in the front, you're going to get a lot more in the back end. And that's with anything you do. So, you got to put in a little bit more effort. And at that point, if you got to sacrifice a look for a little bit, I mean, it's what it is. It's not going to be a long time. It's not going to be forever. I mean, Jesus. I mean, just think about this. This would be the worst. This was a situation for anybody that's in that case. You get in an accident. Let's say it's a motorcycle accident, like me. You break your clavicle, your collarbone. You're not doing any upper body for at least 3 to 4 months. Think about that. And think how much you're going to lose in that term because you're not going to be able to train. The only thing that's going to save your ass is eating. And you could probably stay lean and stay cut like that if you're doing the eating. You probably do some ab work and some legs. But you're going to lose some. And the real challenge is coming back from that. Like then you start from basically zero. And I've done that a couple times and it sucks. So if I was going to say 12 weeks compared to, at least 3 to 4 months and starting from zero, I would definitely do the 12-week program. And at that point, put on put some good size. I mean, some good weight, at that point and just keep moving up. I mean, what they used to say before was 5 pounds of lean muscle every year, you're doing really good. Now, I think with what we have out there, the tools, maybe 10 to 15 pounds a year. From what I've seen from some guys, I mean, I've seen some good gains and them still keep a good figure. It doesn't mean that you're going to lose your abs if you start going to a calorie surplus. You just might not be as defined, right, and cut up and dry. But I mean, even through this whole process, I still got abs. But at that point, I'm definitely eating a lot more than what I would be usually.
Yeah, again, for everybody that's listening, this is for you youngsters that want the strength and the muscle. So that's who this is for. It's for anybody that wants to just stay like they are with their abs. Keep doing what you're doing. You probably know what you're taking in, and that's fine. But we're talking about the guys that want to actually put on that 20 or 30 pounds of muscle over the next 3-4 years. Also, the advantage of youth, when you're young like that, is it's a great time to teach your body and get that muscle on your body so it retains it as you go through life is another great thing. Johnny's walking around and he pops his shirt, looks like a superhero because of not today, not the last couple of weeks, but it's the years that he's put into this. So again, just try to keep that in mind for you guys. What else do we got going on over at Titan Medical?
Well, this week is a huge week for anybody that wants to take advantage of peptides and specifically with our Titan Transformation Package. That one is the Mega. It's got MOTS-c, AOD, tesamorelin, ipamorelin. So really good fat loss, weight loss, body fat. And then we're talking about raising growth hormone levels. And we're talking about recovery. We're talking about anti-aging. It encompasses pretty much everything. So Titan Transformation Package is usually $1,000. That's what it is. Those peptides, but we're doing it right now. Instead of 1,000, we're going to do it for $500, or I think it's $600. I'll do 500. They'll kill me over there. So $600. So that's a hell of a deal. Like a hell of a deal. I mean, that's basically breaking down to $150 for each peptide in there. And that's unheard of. I mean, the lowest usually get a peptide from us is usually $275 that's singular. So there's a lot of value in it. Or people out there that were really trying.
Big Johnny, I lost you on the audio. If you guys are watching right now, just let us know if we're seeing that. Also, Jeffrey, do you want to see if we can get that side panels here for the phones?
The side panel.
Yeah, because it's usually this new format has the 4 screens.
Yes, I shut it off because we were doing something the other day.
I got you.
Let me bring the people back.
I got you. How are we doing, everybody?
Bring it back in.
Can't bring it back mid. We're going to go this way today. I love it. Johnny will click back in. Just let Johnny know that we lost him there for a second. And what we'll do, guys, if you are here, is we will jump in and go off of some Q&A as well when we're doing this. And again, the discussion was about for those people that really want to put that size on. Okay, so that's what that is about off season. My recommendation is both are hard if you want to go slightly over or go, a good amount of calories over your maintenance to put on that size. Fat's easy to get rid of, especially in today's world. But muscle is hard to put on there. It's hard to put on. So I just keep that in mind as you're doing this. Try not to waste too many years as a youngster. Trying to, you're going to have to figure it out and see what works for yourself. But try to minimize the amount of time. That way you can find what's really working and make those gains. That's for anybody that's here, no matter what age you are on that one. No matter what age, you should be trying to minimize the slow process of changing your body. And then Jeffrey, give me some Q&As, my man.
Let's see what we got. Seeing Mike's vid memes always brighten my day.
I love that.
Workouts are great.
I love it.
That's actually a good question. Where's the question?
We're just waiting on Jeff to bring you in.
Time. Cool. Sorry about that.
Don't be. Pay your bills, John.
It's not my
Gosh.
bills. I'm in a lead room. That's what it is. I'm in this medical room that was connected to the X-ray room, so it's a lead room. So it's kind of difficult with signal, but I think I got it here. I got like 4 different Wi-Fi channels, so that's perfect.
Okay. All right. Make sure. Just making sure. Oh, that was Titan. It was Transcend that didn't pay their bills.
See?
There. Oh, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's a whole.
If you
nother
could.
conversation.
That is a nice one, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's funny. Karma.
it is.
Bro, that looks dope.
Definitely catches up.
You
with
should
you.
have jump into that for a second, man. It seemed like I was a hooker at the LA Expo. They were all coming up going, "Hey, who's your pimp?"
Wow.
It was terrible. It was,
What were they
it's-
saying? Because I got calls from multiple influencers, and I definitely got a lot of patients that have moved over already. Because one of the patients, we're like, "Hey, what's going on?" Yeah, we know what's going on. Oh, they're just not calling me back. I'm calling them. I'm trying to get the refill. They're not calling me back. So at that point, like, we need my meds. I don't want to get off track. Dude, they're leaving their patients high and dry. Let me tell you what I would have did in this situation if I was them. If I was in this situation, I was going through whatever they're going through, and I knew that I couldn't service the patients, I would have then reached out to somebody else in the industry and brokered the patients to, one, make sure the patients were going to get taken care of. That's the biggest thing, because you don't want to leave the patients high and dry, right? You're talking about their health and like the way they're feeling, and like you can really mess somebody up with not giving them their stuff, right? So that's one. Two, I would have definitely told my patients, hey, listen, there's going to be a problem, and you should probably have to find somebody else that's going to take care of you. Just to at least be up forward and honest. And I don't know if they did, but I heard that people have not got communication back. So that I'm not saying that they didn't, but at that point, I've just heard from the people that came over that they're not communicating with them like that. So, that's the two things, because technically, like being a medical center, and when you have patients like that, you're on the hook for 7 years to hold their records. That's a law. So at that point, like, they're gonna have to come up with the records for patients that need them. So when those requests come through for transfer of care, they're gonna have to, have those, so people can start looking at them for some other things. Hopefully they just do the right thing. That's what it's all about, doing the right thing. And I think
I should. I know
I've
too
had the
much.
influencers tell me they've been burned and they ain't getting their stuff and they ain't getting paid. So, they're looking for a new home. And listen, I'm all about quality and not quantity. So we're looking for some of the best, and that's all we'll accept. And I'm not looking to mass gain a whole bunch of people just to say, listen, we've got an army of 1,000. I'd rather have 100 like badass mofos going at the exact same target than 1,000. We're sticking around just until it's better somewhere else, and then we're gonna go there.
Yeah. You're not money grabbing.
Yeah.
That's all that company. He was just, hey, let me get in, get as much money as I can, and if it tanks, it tanks. That was his mental approach.
I heard some people moved to Michigan because of him.
And then they moved out.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I've just known this for too many. I know that you messaged me a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, kid, I knew about this a year ago that it was on the. Yeah, but I was watching the broker.
Yeah, I heard they got funding from somebody else because one of those players in there brought some funding and couldn't do it still, and that's kind of where it happened. So I don't know. Like I said, I know some of the details. I don't know.
One of the guys
I wasn't
there
in the room, but at that point, it is what it is.
Yeah,
That's
the funding
what I've
was-
seen in my whole time in this industry. I've seen people come and seen people go, and me still on the train track running. So at that point, that's all I care about. I just care about us. Let's stay in our lane. But I've definitely seen some of these companies pop off, and they were gonna take everybody out, including us, and do the thing and be the best. And I don't know. Like I said, consistency is everything.
leadership.
That's another thing.
It's for me looking at some of these, most of these companies. It's the leadership. You're here actually. That's the difference. I think this is all across the board, not just with your company, but it's the trainer that is wanting people to get in shape and be healthy, relative to the trainer that just wants to make a crank money, turn the clients. So I can appreciate Titan Medical and what they do for people out there and how well they do it. So I'm a fan. And then I heard that Billy Gunn is part of Titan Medical.
Yes, sir. Me and Billy officially looked at that together, and we were like, because when Billy was there, I was like, he told me what he was taking. I think with you, and I'm just like, dude, let's just try this Titan Transformation Stack, which is their best one that I was talking about, because I think he could benefit from that thoroughly, through and through, from every angle of those peptides. And he took it. I checked up on him. I gave it to him free just to say, hey, listen, I want you to go on this. I want you to see how it is. It's not about the money grab. I want to legitimately help you, because he's in the class of you, right? Like, it's like, if I could show a 62-year-old who's still out there just getting beat down, putting beat downs out there, is massive training and being able to do this still, that's exactly what the image I want. Like, I want to show guys in particular, like, I met with a 44-year-old guy yesterday, and he's like, I'm 44. There's no way I'm going to be able to change and get abs like you and do these things. I'm like, why? I'm like, I would get that out of your brain right now. So, for Billy, I think it's just a natural thing. When I called him and checked on him, he was like, man, I'm definitely getting some benefits from this. I'm like, wait till we get you on Hercules Potion ECAs. Because Billy told me, he's like, I'm a pre-workout guy. And I'm like, oh, I got the best pre-workout around. For sure, hands down, gonna kill everything that you've been doing. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to have Billy a part of the Team Titan. Obviously, it's a good relationship with all of us, which is nice too as well. It's a gelling team. That's what I'm looking for, man. I'm looking for longevity. I'm looking to show, like, the young bucks or even the older guys, hey, listen, this is what can be done, and this is what it looks like.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. With him, I just talked to him this morning. You got a guy that's so disciplined, and again, you're right. He's not just putting beat downs on people. You take a photo of him with the rest of the roster, over at WWE or AEW or any of these, and it's like he smokes everybody. He's
Yep.
just a different human, but he's so comes down in the morning, does the same drink, does the same food, does the same, rice cake with peanut butter, his pre-workout. He's always on point. He's a routine guy. So you'll be able to, which is fun for you, because you got a guy that's vintage and is a representation of, you 40-year-olds don't think you can change. You 30-year-olds don't think you can change. If you just got some discipline.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's just a huge benefit, I think. I can't stand the guy, but besides that, it's fine.
He said he wants to come down and look better than you next time.
They still look better than me this time. Go with it. Get some questions on here. How's Andreas?
He's good. He's over here.
All right. Jeff was asking too, because Andreas gets some really good shots of the talent.
Oh, yeah. Advice for someone that wants to put on 20 pounds of muscle at 40. How do you protect your joints and what's realistic timeline? So this is a good question. This is right up our alley here, right? So how do you put on 20 pounds? Well, obviously, you're going to want to eat, you're going to want to train, you want to do these things. And we talked about the surplus of calories and stuff like that. So that's one point. The next point is really dialing in. At 40 years old, hormones could be off, hormones could be imbalanced. Want to make sure, one, the hormones are optimized and in harmonic balance all the way across the board. If that's done, the next thing we can start looking at is some peptides. Now, if you're eating pretty good right now, but you're like, oh, I still can't eat no more, I'm full, then MK677, I think that's one definitely to throw in the mix. It's going to help with your calorie intake by eating more. It's going to help with strength. It's going to help with recovery. Growth hormone levels are going to go up. This is going to be a really, really good one to be able to utilize this tool with, especially if you're looking for this. This is like a textbook answer from me. If somebody says, I want to put 20 pounds of muscle on, how do I do this? I don't care if you're 40 or 30. That's one, even 20. This is a good one to utilize when you got it, right? So that's first off. The next thing I would probably do is I would look at maybe a couple other aspects. If it's joints and stuff like that, you're talking about BPC and TB500, both healing peptides, be proactive on that. If you have bad joints already and you're still looking for some sort of lubrication, we do offer nandrolone if you're on HRT or not. So you can utilize this possibly. That would be the worst case scenario type deal. I would use the peptides like I said, MK, BPC, TB500, make sure the hormones are dialed in. And then after that, you could use hexarelin if you want to really use an injectable GHRP, and you can utilize MK and these other ones here too as well.
Mike, you look different.
Real quick question. Can you offset the effects, the lack of hunger on retatrutide with the increased appetite of MK677? Or is that not a thing?
Technically, you probably could, but I mean, people are on retatrutide when I ask why. So if you're like on retatrutide for weight loss, you obviously have a problem with eating, and this is going to take away that problem. If you're a bodybuilder or somebody that's utilizing retatrutide, you're not taking the full dose like a patient. You're microdosing it. So you should still be able to eat on retatrutide if you're taking microdoses of it. Even people that take regular doses, right? When Sharice was on it, she's taking the regular dose. She's still able to eat. She's just not eating as much.
Is a microdose a daily dose?
No, microdose is just one single shot a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all these are just one shot a week.
Right.
The only other aspect that you could possibly do is we do have some patients where they'll double dose, one on Monday and one on Thursday, and they might do half dose.
Yeah.
Because what was happening with them was they would take the shot, and towards the end of the week they would have a little bit more of a hunger spike. So with those patients, we just split the dose, and that's worked very well with them. But once they reach their goal weight, they start microdosing too as well. So one shot a week, just at a lower dose, and they're good, and they can do that forever, and they're golden. I mean, even Sharice's labs, man, we got our labs done yesterday. And man, that was the most pristine her labs I've ever looked. I mean,
And,
that's
and
what it does.
how is it affecting the labs? In what way? What
So
do you
it's
see with that?
improving HDL, LDL, cholesterol levels, hemoglobin A1C levels, inflammation levels, like C-reactive protein levels, because she gets this all blood tested. So I mean, she does really, really in depth on her. You know, at that point, like way more than just a regular person would ever want to do.
And are you seeing the changes in like HDL and LDL and blood glucose because there's a lack of food? Like the former nutrients that you were taking are no longer there, so you're improving, or is the retatrutide actually
It's
in its own
improving the
way?
systems. It's improving. It's improving metabolically. It's improving insulin wise. I mean, it's a lot of different things. Inflammation. You know, I mean, oxidative stress goes down with that too as well. So a lot of benefits from it as far as that goes, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing this across the board, and not just our patients. Like this is like in public from Eli Lilly too as well. Like those
Why am I not on
those
retatrutide?
clinical data and the clinical studies out there are just
Why am I
amazing.
not on that?
Put him on
That's
it.
dope. Look at Billy Gunn.
Get rid of it. Get that out of the house. Throw it out.
That's cool.
That's great to know about everything it does.
Yeah.
It's getting people to feel better about themselves because it gives them a better visual of themselves, but it's also getting the inside cleaned up, which is great.
That's what I'm saying. It's making people more healthier. It's crazy.
Would this be great then too for having glutathione at the same time?
Absolutely. Glutathione is going to do a lot of different things that maybe a GLP is not going to do, right? So we talk about glutathione, we're talking about like even skin, right? I mean, this is a major one. And then you're talking about antioxidant effect. So, you know, boost the immune system. I mean, these are things that the GLPs just don't do. I mean, they improve the way the body is, so that might do some improvements there, but directly affecting these things, that's where glutathione really takes the cake. I mean, liver functions, I mean, I think that they're going to be cleared out with the GLPs to a certain extent, but some people that's not the case, and that's where glutathione would be another great tool for them.
Let's go down this line of questionings. I like this. Do you see anything that you like?
What do we got here?
Here's just a basic form question.
Yeah, there's just basic questions. There's a couple of them here. Water from a spring or through reverse osmosis. That's a pretty good one. Mike, do you ever perform tricep push downs at a 90-degree angle, pushing the weight straight down?
I do it every angle. This is,
Right?
you know, I think this is a good question for Johnny, because I think most people know that I will purposely do it differently to make sure that everything functions in a different way. Again, I believe all angles work. There's not one angle.
Right.
Johnny,
I
what do
think
you
it's
do?
good, too. Yeah, I definitely think working the muscle at all the angles is definitely the best way, right? You're hitting in all these different directions. And yeah, I'll do the regular tricep push down, right? But the 90 degrees straight. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's almost like a dip to a certain extent, right? I mean, you're straight going down. I mean, I guess you can go in an angle, but I mean, you could do a 90-degree dip. I mean, you could do what I would do is I would do it like, you know, like obviously you have like the bar there and then you're going over, then you're just going straight down. And that's, I guess that's what I would do. So yeah, I agree. I would do it all different angles. As long as your joints and everything feel good doing it.
See, I go against that. If it doesn't feel good in some angles, I find out why it doesn't. I would make sure to be on BPC and TB500. And then I would try to figure out if that angle is hurting your elbow, the wrist, the shoulder. And then it's telling you something that's going to get only worse in a couple of years down the road.
Yeah.
Anybody here that's uncomfortable in an exercise and then you run away from it, you're setting yourself up to fail later in life. And we had some really top-notch, bright individuals that had both sides. They're in the trenches, both world champions, also had degrees. One has 3 master's degrees. Just but again, it goes back to the point of try not to lose the first thing that goes, which is range of motion. And so that's why I go back to that point. And one of the guys that we were training with this last couple of weeks couldn't do squats anymore without a long, extreme warm up.
Wow.
And that's just because of the shoulder rotation, just for a squat. So it's little things like this that may make, and it doesn't make any sense to anybody young here, because you're young, you could wrestle a bear, and nothing hurts.
Yep.
Fully understand. Time is a great teacher. What I want you all to be like the Billy Gunn. You're in the ring, running ropes, being a savage. That's what I would like for all of you. And so that's another reason I say John's blend with the TB and the BP and a couple extras is such a privilege to you youngsters that aren't injured or don't have those deficits, the hiccups or the scar tissue yet. That's Johnny. You talk about that. How would you tell a youngster? Because I know my son, when he comes of age in those 20s, and if he's doing sports, if he's not doing sports, I don't care what he's doing. He'd be playing the piano. I will make sure his connective tissue is getting fed. And that's how I look at BPC and TB500. It's feeding that. It's giving signals going, heal, heal, heal. Go for it. Take that further than that. No, I'm just giving.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, listen, every time you're working on stuff like that, you're recovering from that. You have inflammation, all these different things. TB500, BPC 157 are just going to increase the recovery, and they're also going to strengthen those tendons and ligaments. So, and the joint area is going to help there too as well. So, I mean, that's the benefit of doing it as you're going along this journey. And, back to the point of where I was saying about being hurt and doing different angles, like for me, like I need a total shoulder replacement. So there's some angles I can't do, and it doesn't matter, like, because we know what the problem is. If you don't know what the problem is, you need to go get to the bottom of the problem and find out what it is. But for the younger guys out there, it's doing the right thing, right? Obviously doing the good forms and doing that, but also giving the right recovery and these different things that you can do. Because listen, especially if you're doing performance enhancements or whatever it is, the muscle is going to get a lot stronger than those connective tissues, and that's where the injuries are going to come in, the problems. So the good thing I would say about it is be proactive. Make sure you're giving your tendons, joints, and ligaments these good things like BPC and TB500. These are great tools for a younger guy or an older guy to utilize, but especially younger, because you're being preventative about these things right up front. You're helping these things right up front. So, what's better, not in doing that or being able to do this? This is something that me and Mike never had when we were going younger days. So I wish we had different peptides like this when we were younger, because we didn't. And that's just a cold hard fact. So, I mean, these younger guys, especially, you guys have tools that you guys can utilize that blow away anything that we've had before. And then you can see what has came before as examples, right? So like Mike or some of these golden age guys, look at what they've already achieved. Now with these tools and the younger generation, you should be able to achieve way more because these guys didn't have the tools. So at that point, if they didn't have the tools, now you have the tools and you can just, should be able to blow it away. It's almost like a baseball player from before, where Babe Ruth used to rule back in the day. And everybody said, oh man, nobody's going to hit these home runs like this. Now we got a guy that's hitting those home runs and pitching. So at that point, like, it's like a Michael Jordan. Nobody thought he could accomplish these things that Michael Jordan did. But when he did, now everybody's accomplishing or trying to accomplish over what he did. So, it sets the bar somewhere too as well for younger guys to be able to achieve more.
Wow. He threw Babe Ruth under the bar. See, he was drinking. He was womanizing. He was staying out till 3 a.m. and still hitting the home runs.
Yeah.
So, I like my Babe Ruth. My Babe Ruth. But yeah, what they can do today. And so here's a Michael Hearn for what I will do for my son in 15, 20 years. MK at night to help him make sure that the IGF is at an optimal level.
Definitely.
Just smashing that recovery, smashing it so he can train even harder. food.
Mhm.
He will be a consistent food foremost first thing.
Right.
The BPC and TB 500 and the copper, again, healthy skin at such a young age because it will set him up to be 40 and healthy. Feed and signal the ligaments, connective tissue. Again, peptides are those signals, right? And it's pushing your body to the best. And so his body's working great at 20.
Mhm.
And so how much better is it working now that it's getting optimized and forced even loaded up even more than that? I love the fact of that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And then I saw a lot this weekend. Kids were coming up to me going, "Hey, I'm 20, I'm 22, I'm 23. I started gassing up. I'm on this, and this." And I'm like, "Well, I won't see you in 5 or 10 years."
Yeah, dude, that sucks.
They're like, "Well, why is that? I'm gonna be a pro. I'm gonna be this." I'm like, you went and got on something without even checking your blood work. You're 20 years old.
Wow.
You're doing it for the wrong reason. If you're doing it because something's off in your body, but if you're not going to have some kind of discipline and stuff, you're not going to be here in 10 years. It's not how life works. You don't stay disciplined because of something that you're taking. You stay disciplined because that's who you are as your character. That's you expecting the best out of you to get up every morning and put the work in.
That's correct.
So again, it's a tough one, but that's my protocol for my son in 20 years.
There's no reason to get on juice or anything like that at that young of an age, unless there isn't a deficiency or an imbalance of some sort. There's no reason for it. I mean, that's another example of this generation wanting instant gratification and cheat codes. Like, it's not an instant gratification thing, man. Like, even if you take all that shit, you're still not going to put on what you want to put on in a year, and then you're on that journey, man. And if you go off that journey, you're going to mess things up, or you're not going to feel so good. So, it's a choice, I guess everybody has, and you should be a lot smarter about it because there's a lot more education out there and a lot more people out there that can help you and not even go down that path. Any one of Peter's players that come up to me and they're like, "Hey, what should I do? Like, what should I do?" I'm like, "You guys need to take creatine first. You guys need to get your eating on point and you're training hard, and then at that point, then you could talk about maybe some peptides and stuff like that you guys can utilize." But I mean, other than that, I mean, if you start just doing tests, I mean, you might get some gains, but I'm telling you guys, at that point, you guys are gonna have to deal with it. You're paying now, you're paying later. Whatever you want to do. Like, one day you're gonna pay, and that just is what it is. And paying means that you're gonna have to start and you're gonna have to stay on it to get or to stay that way. You got a long life ahead of you, man. I mean, I've been doing tests for like what, 12 years. So at that point, like, you're gonna have to look forward to doing an injection twice a week, once a week, maybe, and some people they don't care about that, but some people they're not gonna be able to do that. It just is what it is. So, I mean, you make your bed, you sleep in it. But the younger guys, out there, you guys should know better. But it's hard though. It's hard, Mike, because you got a lot of influencers out there that the younger guys watch or girls, and those guys are doing it openly, right? So like that's like their thing. Like I seen this dude, the clavicle guy or whatever, saying he started taking tests at 14 years old. Like, who starts taking tests at 14 years old? Right? I know one dad, he told me, and he started giving his kid tests at like 15 years old. And the kid's test was like mid-range is when he blood tested. He did blood test him first, but he still put him on at like 16 years old. I'm like, I don't agree with that. I don't know, man. I mean, you could have probably did something before just putting him on test. And the kid gained some weight and gained some muscle, but I'm like, dude, that's still a growing period for a kid.
Let's keep going down that route of you can put some muscle on. MK is going to help you. The Hercules potion, better workouts. You got AOD to help you get sliced. You got Tessamorelin, again, another good one to get you in shape. And then you just got the consistency of eating right, training right. There's some other aspects that Titan Medical has. Did you talk to Billy, about removing his pre-workout with your EAA
Yeah.
with the stack?
So what I talked to him about was I'm like, listen, I'm like, you're not going to need the pre-workouts anymore because the ECA, I'm going to do the red bombs for him straight off because he's got a high tolerance. That's going to take the stimulant, and then Hercules Potion is going to take all the rest that he's doing in there. So at that point, that mixture is going to be his pre-workout, and he's going to love it. I guarantee it. I told him, I said, man, I was like, these things are going to change the game for you for sure. Because a lot of them, he don't feel good.
On the pre's?
He starts feeling bad. You know, I don't know if it's the crash or whatever it is, but he said, you know, after he's done with it, it doesn't feel so well. So at that point, like, you know, that's a lot of people. That's how they feel because you do crash and burn after some of those.
Yeah. I know a lot of those guys that cannot take the pre-workout. Let's go some more questions here.
Kind of answered this, but so
I'm almost 27. At what age do you think peptides would be appropriate? I think peptides would be appropriate now. You know, I mean, at 27, I would still I would do a blood test, see where everything's at. But I think peptides, you know, obviously, listen, anybody in their 20s or in teens, even at that point, I think peptides are a good thing, you know, depending on which ones they are. I mean, do I think an 18-year-old needs growth and releasing hormone peptides? Maybe, maybe not. But MK would be a great thing for them, and it's only going to improve the recovery and you know and these things they want to do. So I think it would be anybody over 18 could benefit from any peptide. There's no negative peptides out there. There's no bad peptides that that we offer anyway. That's going to hurt somebody or mess with their hormones. That was the other question I get a lot. John, if I take peptides, is it going to mess with my hormones, testosterone, estrogen, or anything like that? I get it from girls and guys. And it's not going to mess with any hormones in your body like that. So it's not going to affect testosterone levels or estrogen levels or progesterone levels. You know, growth hormone levels, yes, with growth hormone releasing hormone peptides. But other than that, all you're talking about is amino acid sequences that are peptides and going to give you different results with each different sequence.
No, a lot of guys are. What's that? Down. Okay. In the bodybuilding world, I've met a lot of guys that had to do HGH when they were kids because of the size they were when they were born.
Yep.
So I've seen that a lot.
Yep.
And the kids made some incredible changes in their physiques and still became very happy with their structures. Maybe they didn't get the height that they wanted because of their natural genetics, but it wasn't from the HGH. So it's cool that they do that kind of medication for even youngsters at that size.
I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. One guy I grew up with was taking it, and man, he was a monster the whole time. Best pitcher on the team, hit the hardest. I mean, had to define what I used to call back then the Abercrombie and Fitch body, just like that, but built. And man, I mean, he always was. I mean, and I didn't know what it was back then. You know, he'd be like, "Oh, like, mom, like you have to do your injection." I'm like, "What the hell you do? What?" I'm like, "What are you injecting?" You know, back then it was really taboo. You know, you're like 12 years old. You know, you're like, what are we doing here? But yeah, that's what it was. So I mean, that does happen, if you're markers, but if not, no. But the other thing about it is if there is somebody that's younger and height is a problem in their family, it can be utilized like that. And you raise IGF-1 levels, they will grow. They will grow taller. Because what happens is until those bones or those issues are literally like cemented, they're open to grow. So at that point, you can grow bigger, taller, feet, everything. It's just crazy.
This is a good one, Johnny. This is a great one for you.
Mike,
I'm an MK guy.
Go
for it. Go for it.
All right. Mike, I'm 55 and crush it in the gym and lift heavy. What's the best thing to do or take at night to help recovery? The Titan Transformation Stack would be the stack. I think with testosterone, ipamorelin, MOTS-c, and then the AOD, I think that's going to be your best bet to take at night for recovery. It's going to help with recovery. It's going to help with shredding you up. It's going to help with all these different things. So if I was 55, 45, 65, 35, this would be what I would take at night. The best.
Would this be something that you could probably implement in twice a day, morning and night?
Absolutely. You could take it twice. Some people, they might get a little tired off the Tessa or IPA. I haven't heard that from the stack though, to be honest with you. But that's what they say. Because even growth hormone, when you take it sometimes in the morning, some people get a little tired. I wouldn't, but it is what it is. So at this point, yeah, I think you could take it twice if you really wanted to. But if not, you just take it right before bed and you're good to go.
Yeah, we were discussing with Ben Pakulski. He's very knowledgeable about this stuff.
He's
Great,
awesome.
great. Also, just guys, I got a new show coming out with Ben Pakulski. But he does like a men's coaching, and he had a great way of breaking down life and getting you guys to really ante up in life. But one of the things he was talking about was the BPC and TB 500. And if you get injured, the amount they recommend for a certain amount of time. So it's pretty amazing to see how far we've come now.
Yeah.
Compared to, my days in the 70s and 80s, it was nothing. So this is a whole new world right now. It's amazing how you can come back from injury. So if anybody's got an injury that's not, going in for surgery, like Johnny's shoulders, he needs surgery. He's got to get his butt in there. But if you have something that's ailing, you and check that out with the BPC and TB 500. Would you still go, if we're talking about these guys that have an owie right now, would you go with the BPC and TB by themselves, or would you go with the blend?
I go with the blend.
Okay.
Times over and over. I'd go with the blend because TB, BPC, and then the other, it has KPV in it. We have that one, just those three, or you have with the GHKCU too as well. Same dose you would get in those single vials. But it's all one vial. And at that point, you're getting more help with inflammation and everything with that. I mean, I've switched over to that. Definitely think that, it's a wonder blend. It really is. BPC, was the first one that we ever got from the pharmacy. And that was like, 8-9 years ago. And then TB 500 came out from the pharmacy for us to be able to use. So those were great. But actually, with the KPV, I mean, my shoulder's probably feeling the best it's ever felt. I do a little bit of Nandrolone, like 50 milligrams a week of that with the testosterone. But other than that, man, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good in the shoulder right now. I mean, way better than I was a month ago, let's say.
So going back to
stem cells too. So I'm getting a little bit of everything going on here.
So this guy again is 55, and he just doesn't need to recover from his great workout, but we got to signal those ligaments, good muscle recovery. Try to get some real benefit of the sleep. That way the IGF spikes, get some good deep sleep. Would there be some other ones? Hercules Potion, good
Hercules
glutamine.
Potion. Yeah, I would definitely utilize that, or even Titan Serenity too. Get some of that good deep sleep. Make sure you're getting some of that good REM sleep, and you're really recovering there. I mean, Hercules Potion, you're talking about 9 different things, from glutamine, arginine, ornithine, lysine, L-citrulline, proline, taurine, NAC, and L-carnitine. Going to be a ton of different benefits from that. I mean, amino acids in general, and there's 9 of them in there. So, when you're utilizing that, you're getting better recovery from glutamine, you're getting arginine, ornithine, the lysine. Lysine in general just boosts the immune system. That's another great one. And then arginine and L-citrulline for the vasodilation and blood flow. I mean, as you get older, nitric oxide is not as prevalent in the body. So the more you get of that in the body, it's going to help too as well. Titan Serenity, magnesium, L-theanine, and taurine, great brain function, waking up the next day refreshed, and then getting that deep sleep, putting you down with L-theanine, which is very natural to the body too as well. Magnesium, they're showing all different types of studies for magnesium and how it can benefit you. So, we're talking about some good stuff here that's all natural to the body too as well. Hey guys, thoughts on tirzepatide? Tirzepatide's a great GLP-2. So tirzepatide is the second big bad boy, but it came after.
So we might lose Johnny again here.
Afro.
But great
Oh my God,
question.
this is crazy.
And he's
There we-
back.
Training split for hypertrophy. Mike loves hypertrophy and hypertrophy related talk. Give it to
Yes.
him.
Yes. Yeah. Hypertrophy. Oh, go. Oh, they just push it out. Look at that. I like that.
How did she learn that?
Best optimal. So it's not the plan. It's the day work, right? So make sure that you just got the nice amount of volume in there for you to get your reps in, do your good weights and stuff for you guys that are diehards on the word hypertrophy. And then for others, for anybody else that wants to do weightlifting, remember with strength comes stronger bones, connective tissue, and muscle. It's a crazy thing. You mean you get stronger and over time you build muscle? It's a wild little concept.
Andreas, unmute,
Yeah,
please.
Andreas, please, we'd love this content from my man here.
Boom.
And it's a
I'm
gremlin.
sorry, I had it muted there. Okay.
I hear you now.
So tirzepatide. So we go back to this comment. I apologize. So thoughts on tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is the second. It's a GLP-2 in the mix of GLP-1 and GLP-3. So it goes semaglutide, tirzepatide, retatrutide. So tirzepatide is definitely very effective. This is how we're a ton of our patients were on this before retatrutide. It really does, cancel out the appetite, the hunger factor. It's going to help optimize your insulin and optimize the way your body's working on the internal side. So you're going to get some great benefits from this. Some people do report a little bit of nausea still, but it's very, very low. And at this point, if you do get it from us, we would, maybe possibly prescribe something along with it to help you with any nausea that you might possibly get. But not many of our patients do get it anymore, to be honest with you. But they do still get tirzepatide. You got some patients that have been on it and will stay on it because it works so great for them, and now they're microdosing it. So, this is something that you can really utilize. You can stay on it long term if you want to. But down the road, there's going to be bigger and better things, because the thing with some of these GLPs like tirzepatide and semaglutide is, and you have to keep tearing up. And if you keep tearing up in some of these, it starts getting really, really expensive. Okay. So that's why people switch. They go from semaglutide to tirzepatide to retatrutide, because they don't got to take as much and they get the great effect and they're not paying as much money. So that's the big thing. Even the pharmaceutical companies now are recognizing this with semaglutide. So I think I'm trying to think what their max doses of semaglutide right now, but I want to say it's like somewhere in the threes, right? And they're going to move up to like 7.2 is their max dose. So that's a lot, and that's a huge jump than what you're talking about here. So, people are going to have to start moving up in these things, but what I see coming is people are just going to switch to the better thing that's coming down the line, the newer model of GLPs, let's say. What is the shortest time you can bulk
Before
for?
you
I've heard
jump-
you say 6 months is the shortest.
Before you jump onto this one real quick, why would a good thought be then 3 months do, 3 months off? Would that be something for people, or is it just better just go from one to another?
Oh no, it's better to go from one to the other, for sure. If you take the time off, think about this, Mike. Their body is not yours. It's somebody that's overweight, possibly majority of the people are going to take this. And at that point, like, their body's not working good. So you take this medication, it starts changing the way your body's working, it's starting to work better. Now you go off. So now it says, whoa, what are we going to do? And that's why people get the yo-yo effect, because their body goes back to working not so good. and they gain back all that weight, if not a little bit more, and they're back in a worse situation or scenario. The thing I would say though is if you are on one, so if you're on semaglutide already, and you're going to move to tirzepatide, it's not going to be the exact same starting dose as if you just started tirzepatide first. If you were to do that, if you go to one to the other, you're probably going to go after, you're going to have to go a little bit of titrate than what the normal regular starting dose would be. So that's something that your provider should be able to look at with you, and at that point be able to do. I mean, that's what we do for our patients.
I got a
Custom
couple
doses.
big guys over here. Big Pooh Bear, like 350 pounds, and I'm trying to get him on there. He needs to drop some of that weight. He's got a baby face, and he'd look great. He'd look great in shape, but
Gotta
just
do
a
some
big,
Retta, man.
big blown whale right now. So
Gotta want it.
you gotta want it. That's the thing. You've gotta want it.
You gotta want it. I agree.
Jump
I don't
ahead of
know,
me here.
when they purchase that, they really ain't gotta want it. They just gotta do the injection once a week. I think they
The
say
what?
that, but I've got so many people that's what they do. Like literally, they don't want it. They want the weight loss. They want the instant gratification, and then they just take the shot, and that's it. I would not recommend that for anybody out there. I would say, listen, you have this tool, you have this great tool, and at that point, you don't gotta like shock yourself and do everything at one time, but start implementing like new things and changing things week by week. If you do that, by the time of the end of your first probably run with one of these GLPs, you're going to set yourself up for success going forward, even if you stay on them or don't stay on them. So I would just recommend that for people, and don't use it as a crutch the whole time and then get off and like, oh, I gained all this weight back. Why?
Did you hit this?
No. You want that too?
Toretta?
Oh, Reddit? No, I definitely.
No. This one. This is the question here.
What's the shortest time you can bulk for? I've heard you say 6 months is the shortest. I don't think 12 weeks, right?
I say 9 months is the shortest.
9 months is the shortest?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Holy
think you should
cow.
bulk. You should bulk, especially youngsters. I don't know how old this guy is, but you youngsters should take advantage of it. My belief and what I've seen over the decades and decades and decades is your body recovers supplementation, sleep, but nothing beats food. Food is your nutrients, your micronutrients. That helps the body recover. And if you're always breaking your body down and if you're always in a deficit, it's tough after decade after decade. But I'm just talking about, I want to be like Bobby Robinson. And I would like you guys to enjoy that kind of lifestyle to where you get to be active through your life. So I think you should try to recover. That's why I think that Hercules Potion is something you do all year. I think you should eat PCTB prior to the injury. I think you should get the quality sleep. I think you should try to be in a surplus of calories so your body can recover instead of you just running on zero.
Right.
And it magnifies when I see a child and the amount of food that we can give kids and they burn it off.
Mhm.
And then the deterioration of you getting older and you're deteriorating, and then you keep pulling food away. And so now you're getting older, you take more food away, more food away, more food away. And so I just see this destruction of, well, you're already going downhill. Try to feed it a little bit. Try to give it a little bit more energy. Take it, try to pull it up a bit, is my belief. And so off season, like the guy asked earlier, wants 20 pounds of muscle. Go off season for a year. Feed that body. Make sure you're recovering. Make sure that you're getting stronger. Your body's getting stronger is some of the beliefs I have for you. And this is nothing to do with bodybuilding. This is me saying you be an active person, become a father that's active, become a grandfather that can still play. That should be the goal. This has nothing to do with bodybuilding. This just has to do with the body. And for you people that want studies, there's enough studies now saying that protein's a great thing. As you get older, your body doesn't utilize it as well. So you have to take more. Now, that's a weird concept for people to hear nowadays because people, they go, I want to go less food as I get older. Now I just want to fast. I'll fast all day long and eat one meal. And it's like,
Yeah.
there you go. That seems like it's going to work. And then they always go back to, well, our ancestors lived until they were 28 when they were cavemen. So it's like, shut up. It's like, yeah, that's my thought, Johnny. I like 9 months off season, feed the body, especially if you're young or if you're trying to create a beautiful physique.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny,
I would recommend going on a cut for the whole time, or going in a calorie deficit for that long of a period of time. Absolutely not. I mean, when I think of a bulk, I guess I think of me taking in between 3,500, maybe 4,000 to 6,000 calories a day. It's tough to do. Tough to do. I don't think I could keep that up for 9 months. Could I do it for 3 months, 4 months? Maybe. I don't know about even half a year, but I've never had to do anything like that.
I'd have them a year. I'd move in with you. I'll make sure you're getting that food in.
Now, that would be that. I think I would like that. That would. I honestly, if I had somebody that was around me that could really show me how to do it properly, because I've had nobody's ever showed me, hey, you do this and you do that. I've kind of figured it out myself, or I've learned along the way by asking people that I think that are credible about it and have done it. You know, what's the best thing I can do? You know, obviously I'm still learning, and you know, I want to be better. I don't want to stay like this. I want to get better, man. I want to put on more muscle again. I mean, I'd like to be up to like 225. I don't know if my body could handle that again, but that'd be nice. Be 6 foot, 225, stacked and jacked. Hey, I like that. As long as I can look good and I can breathe good and I don't got sleep apnea and all these things, because when I was that weight, when I was like 230, Mike, when it was 225, 230, dude, I would definitely feel it a little bit, like as far as that goes. And I don't know if that was just a weight on or what.
All right, hear me out. February, Billy Gunn, Mike O'Hearn, and Big Johnny get together 4 days, Tampa, eat, train,
Yes,
videos, work, do our thing. And it's the crew here, and we smash it, stay on a nutrition, do the whole 3-4 days like that, train twice a day. We'll get the work in.
Love it.
But I'm not letting you stay out and go to all these club parties and pool parties and all that.
No.
It's the gym parties.
I could care less about pool parties and regular parties.
I'm setting this up. I'm setting this up with Billy and you, and we're going to make a good little trip for everybody. I will set this up. There's a great powerhouse gym out there. My guy, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the story about Matt, but I'm going to set this up. But real quick about Matt. So before he moved out there, his gym was 40 feet from my judo house.
Oh, wow.
So the institute that I taught at, and where my judo house was, is in a business area. And so we're shoved in there because it's a school, and the gym was straight across the street.
Oh, wow.
So it was great. It was like I just get up, walk out of my door, walk across the street, train, walk right back over. It was the best thing in the world. Best thing in the world.
That's awesome.
And Jeff would have loved it because it was right in the Asian town. So he would have had his.
God.
Jeff would not have left his house. A lot of trannies for you. So it'd be great. February, I'm going to make this happen.
I can't wait.
Tampa
Honestly,
Throwdown.
I'd like to get on plan. I want to do it.
Yeah. And we're going to see some calorie intake and see what we do. And we'll see like just how we do this as a team.
I love it. I love it.
And Andres can film everything.
People too.
Andres can get those good shots of me when I walk by. Yeah. I'm just saying. We're here for you guys. Guys, thanks for hanging out today.
Jeff, he's good at that.
Well, now Andres is acting all because it's on camera. You know he's gonna be. You know he'll be on this. Don't be shy. Hey, congratulations, Titan Medical, for doing what they're supposed to do, and that's help people. Especially at this time, as one of these companies that was out there to pocket the money finally came to what deserves. So it's cool to see you out here doing this stuff, and I'm happy for my friend Billy Gunn that is part of the Titan crew now. So, man, let's go, team.
It's gonna be on, dude. We're gonna put together some heavy hitters this year. We do some
I love
big
it.
things this year. Can't wait, dude. I cannot wait.
Thanks, brother, for doing this, man. And
I
thank you
appreciate
for.
guys.
You guys don't know this, but if you don't know, Johnny was baseball. His son, phenomenal. And Titan's favorite sport is baseball. Don't know where he got that. Didn't get it from me. So Johnny sent us out some great things, and Titan has not been off of any of this stuff. He's been tossing. It's great. It's great. So
It's something
thank
he can
you.
do by himself, you know. When they set that net up, he can just toss it back, and he's grabbing the ball. Eye-hand coordination. This can help with any sport, anything.
Right.
Football too. I mean, anything. Eye-hand coordination's everything, you know. And I think he's going to be a great athlete, whatever sport he plays. I think he's going to crush it. I mean, he's going to be one to deal with. And I could see him doing this in multiple sports, Mike, from football to basketball and baseball. But I know you want him to wrestle, so I don't know about basketball, but I definitely think that he's gonna be an abuser, man. Especially if he does do wrestling, he's gonna be so conditioned, it's gonna be ridiculous. I mean, with you training him and him doing the sports, I mean that's a double whammy for him. That's great. Because you usually only get one or the other. You don't get both.
Hey, thanks for hanging out today. Tremendous. Oh, one more. We got a good one.
What we got? Okay. Mark said free testosterone is up thanks to Titan Medical and feeling great. Thanks, guys. That is awesome. I love hearing this, guys. I love hearing this. That's great. So
Good job,
keep
Mark.
it coming, you guys. Titan Medical Center nationwide. Call or text us. Titan Transformation Stack. Big discounts on that. Call or text 727-389-3220. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Good job, Mark. Way to go, man. Way to take care of that. Way to team up with Titan Medical and get it rocking and rolling.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Do I have good genetics? It's me in the picture.
Looks like you do, my friend. Looks good. Then stay with it.
Fantastic. Opinion on the carnivore diet?
It's just yeah. I mean, if you like it, any diet. I like carbs too much, and I know what they do for the body, and I don't want to minimize the use or teach my body to use, not use what it's made to use. So that's why I don't.
You don't drive the car. You know these people with car collections, they don't drive them, and then they break down.
But if you want to do it, fine. Guys, I got no problem any way you want to lift. Just giving you advice outside of that.
What about dieting for like 24 weeks? What are your thoughts on dieting for 24 weeks so that you never have to diet again?
I think dieting for 24 weeks is great. Good job. Proud of you. I've never met somebody that can stay on a diet a couple weeks. Very few people can diet for 12 weeks. So I don't know how the 24 weeks is going to go for you guys, but best of luck to that. I just go back to the old school. I know there's things that sound good, but it's how consistent people are. I don't know if you guys know this. The hardest thing for a human is food control and discipline. Consistency is the hardest thing for the human. It's a wild one, right? And for some reason, individuals like the hard stuff, and I love it, the discipline to that. So just keep that in mind when you guys are going, hey, I do want to try something. All right, what is the best thing? What's the best diet? What's the best training? All right, well, right now, let's get you on something, and let's start stacking those weeks. Let's get some weeks behind us. Hey, I'm 3 weeks in. I'm 4 weeks in. I'm still on point. That's what I want for you guys to do. I want you guys to be on a plan that you understand I'd like to make it to 12 weeks, and then we can take a break and breathe for a second. But let's try to get those weeks stacked up to where we can get 12 weeks on that. And that's for anybody here. You doing something. Like the guy said, how long to bulk? My shortest time, I say, is 9 months. I would rather you do a year. That way the body has that time to really understand that that muscle is his on you, and you retain it as you diet down.
How long should you gain?
Again, I don't go to those kind of clubs, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't go to those kind of clubs. I like women, so sorry about that. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, same time, same bad channels.